Oh my god, we are live. I can barely believe it. I have spent an hour trying to get OBS to work to no avail. Yes, I'm not a technical type, even though I thought maybe I was a little bit good at it. Apparently, I'm not. I'm simply not able to figure out this whole new YouTube streaming experience thing. Um, but yeah, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be live. I'm glad to be together with all of you tonight on this lovely Friday evening. Tonight we are doing something special, something fun in anticipation of Monday, because Monday is going to be a very special day. We are doing the Personality Type Awards 2019, the YouTube live stream. So tonight is all about you and your votes and your experiences. Together we are going to be deciding on which personality types are the best at dot dot dot. Which personality type is the best in a zombie apocalypse? Which personality type is the most likely to say "I love you" to a streamer in the chat? Which personality type is the most cute? Which personality type is the most authentic? Tonight we're gonna find out. Tonight we decide together. So this live stream is really all about you and your votes and your experiences. I'm going to be throwing out the category, and what I need you all to do is write in the comments which personality type you think should make the number one in this category. So what I need you to do is shout as loud as you can the personality type you believe is the best representative for this category. And what we'll be doing is we'll be running through multiple categories and we'll be discussing them together, and at the end of the day, we're going to count out which personality type took home the Grand Slam, which personality type was the most of everything, which personality type was the best in every single category, or which personality type has the most personality. So to start off, when I hear a hi from everybody in chat, so everybody who's live, everybody who's here, just say hi in the chat and tell me how you're doing. How are you doing, guys? How are you all? Yo, Micah. What's up? Hi, teamies. Hey, Ayush. Love you too. Nice to be on tonight. The first category we're going to run is which personality type is the most underrated. So that's the first category. Which personality type is the most underrated personality type in MBTI? So which personality type do you believe deserves more content online? Which personality type believes more positive feedback? Which personality type is underappreciated? Which personality type is much better than what they are thought to be? What personality type would you say is the one that surprisingly is a lot better than what the stereotypes say? I believe it's easy to give the vote for INFPs. I mean, INFPs do get the bad rep in the typology community as sometimes being painted as the lesser version of the INFJ. And a lot of time I think INFPs are underrated, but at the same time there's a huge group of people out there that rate INFPs very highly, and there's a lot of people out there that are INFP fans. Like INFPs tend to have a lot of online support and articles and Facebook groups and communities that are around celebrating them and their personality type. Yeah, Annette says INFPs need to be more appreciated. Mika and Timis give surprising votes to ISFJs. So ISFJs are the most giving without needing much in return. And they're a personality type that gets overlooked pretty much. Yeah, I think ISFJs are like the more strong version of the INFJ. The more reliable, the more accountable, the more responsible, uh, the more accountable person, the person that in the end of the day is more likely to show up when you need them, the person that's more likely to have your back, the person that's the most likely to be there even if there's a bad day, even if you're having a low, even if you're not feeling well. ISFJs do seem to get pretty high. Dell says INTP here, but probably he just means he's an INTP wearing glasses and writing here. So another personality type that might come off as underrated would probably be the ISTJ personality type. In the same light, ISTJs are often people that I believe get painted as kind of boring within the lines types that kind of stick to the script in most situations. But hey, maybe there's a good reason to vote ISTJ. I'm gonna close the vote and say ISFJs won this category based on the chats. So we have one winner. We have the first winner for today, the first type to come out on top, and that's the ISFJ. So let's see what else is going to happen today. On the number 2 category, which personality type is more charming? So let me know, what personality types do you find to be more charming? Okay, Mika goes out first with ENFP, Chronic Riot, ENFP, and once again. Um, I would say, honestly, ESFJs are runner ups on this list as well. ESFJs can be very charming. They are very good at, really getting in any situation and really using charm and self deprecatory humor and anything they can to get accepted or invited into any group. So my personal vote would go for ESFJ. Who else in chat has an opinion here? Who else? What personality type do you believe is the most charming? ENFPs are certainly charming. I mean, they're cute. They're super cute. I would vote ENFP as the most cute. Lindsay says ENTP, ENFJ. Okay. Teamy says apparently not ESFJs for you. Well, they can be charming, but still you might hate them for some reason. Yep, depending on person. It's always depending on person. If you will vote to know the deeper part of people, well, that's not what we're voting on here. It's not. It's who is the most charming. It's not who knows you on the more deep level. Though maybe that can be charming in some way, I guess. Dal says INFP. INFPs I find to be mixed. I would not say they are charming, in my opinion. INFPs can also be kind of off-putting sometimes, depending on if they have their walls up or not. But yeah, Okay, ESFJ niceness. Honestly, I think ESFJs are fairly what you see is what you get. Most of the time, I believe ESFJs can be very what you see is what you get. I have an ESFJ coworker, and whenever she enters the room, everybody knows. And if they enter the room in a good mood, and if they enter the room in a bad mood. If they are upset, and if they're happy. It's impossible to not notice these things. I wouldn't consider them very BS. Hello from South Africa. Hi, Eugene. Janine. Okay, so I guess this round goes to the ENFP personality type. Congratulations, ENFPs. You are the most charming. We heard it here first. uh, so that moves us to category number 3. Which type is the most likely to wear their shirt inside out? Which type is the most likely to wear their shirt inside out? Okay. Uh, maybe that's a given. Okay, it's an INTP vote, an ISTP vote. Do we have any other contenders? Have you left the house wearing your shirt inside out? By accident, most likely. Perhaps due to provocation, or maybe because you don't want to end up washing your sheets, your shirt. Okay, INTP, INTP, INTP. Okay, the votes are coming in. Are INTPs just that absent-minded? Are INTPs types that just forget to put their shirt on properly? Dal says, well, I've done that. Honestly, I have as well. My girlfriend saves me sometimes from that. Janine Wickman asks, which type is the most likely to travel for fun? We're going to ask that later. I'm going to add that to the list. Okay. Timis has gone out with the pajama shirt. Timis is an ENTP. I can see an ENTP doing that for sure. I could see an ENTP wearing a pajama shirt outside for fashion purposes. Okay, INTPs, you won. Congratulations. You don't have a fashion sense. Or at least you don't care, or maybe you forget. So that brings us to category number 2. Which type is the most likely to go on a date with Donald Trump? Which type is the most likely to go on a date with Donald Trump? First vote, ENTP from the real Lydia. Okay, is that purely to troll him, or is that for real? Chronic Riots, ENTJ. Mika says ISTJ or ISTP. Bethany says ESTJ. Hi, Bethany. Nice to have you here. So, ENTJ, ENTP. Okay, we have some spread votes here. It's really a tie. Okay, ENTJ or ESTJ in the lead then. What do I think? I think the most likely type to go on a date with Donald Trump would be an INTP or an ISTP. ISTP. I'll vote for ISTP. Sophie is on the ISTP train. Masai, I don't know if DSP types me as ENTP. I have not heard a source for this. I don't know if that's true. So I couldn't comment on it. I would see it as a calculated move, dating Donald Trump. You get access to his money and wealth, maybe some of his power and some of his channels. You know, maybe it's a question of, are you prepared to go through the experience or not? But hey, dating Donald Trump, maybe that's a smart business move. So what do we get here? Counting up the votes. Ronnie would not date Donald Trump, ever. IDK, we're voting on which personality type is the most likely to date Donald Trump. Chronic said I said ENTJ because they would use it for networking purposes. Yeah, that's just real logic. So that means ENTJ came out as the winner. ENTJ with 3 votes. Three votes for ENTJs wanting to date Donald Trump. Who will set this up? Who will make this happen? That brings us to category number 5. Which type is the most authentic? Okay, which personality type would you say is the most authentic of all personality type? Oh, INTJ. Oh, that's a cute vote. ENFP. Yeah. I would also rate them very highly. INFP, baby. Yeah. Technically, is this not the vote that INFPs should win per default? Is this not the most INFP category? Yeah. INFP, baby. ENFJ. Oh, ENFJ, that's cool. INFP question mark. INFP probably. Yeah. ISTJ. I fear it's INTJ, but in a bad way. How can that be bad? How can that be a problem? Okay, closing the vote in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. INFPs take the lead. Maybe I rigged the contest. Maybe I shouldn't have added that category. I'm rigging the contest. So, next category. Which type is the most likely to become the president of the world? So, if we elected a president of the world, who would take it? Who would take the title? Do you want the world president? So we see here, first vote, ENTJ from Teamies, ENTJ from Chronic Riot. Rick Healy says ESTP. Sophie says ENTJ. The real Lydia says ENTP. Micah says ENXJ. User says, I'm not sure if that's a vote. Seyfried Beeblebrox was an ESTP. That's a very fair point. Seyfried Beeblebrox for president. If I would cast a vote, I would cast a vote on the ESTJ. I believe the most likely type to win would be a person who would simply be forceful, passionate, hardworking enough, and strong enough on stage, powerful enough to get people to do what he says. I would say ESTJ. So we get some votes for ENFJ, some for ENTJ, some for INTJ, some for ENTP, but I think the winner here was ENTJ. Okay. Congratulations, ENTJs. You take another category. Are you going to win the Grand Slam? Okay, the type that gets the most of these awards is going to win the type Grand Slam of this stream. Rick says ESTJs could never get elected, would alienate too many. Well, maybe if they would push hard enough, it wouldn't matter if people disliked them or not. So next category, which type would make the best president of the world? So if we wanted the best suited person for the job, which personality type would make the best president of the world? No matter if they would win or not, but which type would do the best job? The real Lydia once again for INTJ. Do I spot some fanboyism here? XNFJ. XXX. Is that a type? ISTP. Oh, interesting. INFJ from Slice of Pie. INFJ from Olivia. INFJ from Katrine. ISFJ Marcus Aurelius style. INFP. Me, I would not let you down. Okay, good to know. Okay, I think this contest is over. INFJ came out on top. Congratulations, INFJs. Though maybe I would put ISFJs ahead. Because I think an ISFJ would be better at looking at everyone's interests and would be more realistic and more pragmatic. But INFJs, I'm sure, would do a good job. Hey, Frank, nice to have you here. So, next category. Which personality type would die the first in a horror video or a horror movie? Which personality type would die the first in a horror movie? Which personality type would go down the basement to check what that noise was? Which personality type would go alone into the dark room, down the stairs? No, it's INFP. ISFP, ISTJ. They're self-sacrificing. Okay, if the monster comes, the INFP will go, oh, eat me, eat me. For sure, ISFP. ESFP. Yeah, I think I would vote ESFP here. I think the ESFP would die first and INFP would die at the very end as a sacrifice, just in the last minute, to save the rest. And then we would all cry and it would be horrible. ESFJ based on my observations of my wife. Okay. Well, that's interesting. INFP would die because they can't escape. Okay. What are the votes? Jesus, ISFP also came out pretty high. ISFP versus INFP. Okay. The last vote decides. The next vote decides. No, Mika also voted for ISFP. So that's a winner. Yeah, Katrine also for ISFP. Yeah, ISFPs, congratulations. You would die the first in a horror movie. So I recently saw an ISTJ colleague of mine laugh, and it just made me think, you are at the peak of humor, that you are probably one of the most funny people alive if you can make an ISTJ laugh. So that's the next category. Which personality type is the most likely to make an ISTJ laugh? Okay. ENTP, ISTJ, ENTP, ENFP, ENTP, ENTP, ENFP, ESFP, ENTP. Oh, I could see ESTP. I could really see ESTP do it. I think an ENTP or an ENFP could make an ISTJ's eyes roll. Like, oh god, there she goes again. But I think the one that would make the ISTJ laugh would be the ESTP. Which personality type would be most likely to make an ISTJ laugh? The winner is ENTP. Most votes go for ENTPs. Does that mean ENTPs are the most funny type? Oh no. Timmy's writes, ISTJ would probably murder ENTP and then laugh. I will not comment on this. I know an ISTJ and his best friend is an ESTP and he makes him always laugh. That's true. I've seen that as well. ENTP funniest type confirmed. Frank, you wish. So, category next. Which type would maintain a handshake the longest? Which type would maintain a handshake the longest? You know, those really awkward handshakes you get sometimes where people just grab your hand and then they refuse to let go. So they're like, they look at you and they're like, and you're like trying to wriggle out of it, like, stop it, let go of my hand, stop it. Who do you vote for? Which personality type wins the most awkward handshake contest? Bonus point if they give a really strong handshake, a really strong grip, if they really hold on. So it's really impossible. And you can't let go because then you appear weak. What do we get here? INTP, ESTJ, INTP, ESFJ, INTP, INTP, INTP. Okay, you guys know some really weird INTPs out there. ESFJ, ESTP, INTP would not want to touch you that long. That's true. I agree. I agree with that. INTPs would preferably shake your hand with a napkin in their hand. They would like put on a glove first and be like, hi, and then they would let go. ENFP for sure. ESFJ, ESTJ, they don't let go. No, that's true. That's what I was saying. ESTJs, they don't let go. ESTJs grab your hand and they hold on and they shake it really hard. Yeah. ENFJs, they wouldn't shake, they would hug. Oh. Also very long hugs, though. Definitely. Well, do I have to concede? I'm gonna have to concede. Okay, INTPs, you won that category. Not that I agree, but you won. Congratulations. You give the most awkward handshakes. I had to put this category in there. It's what personality type is the most sexy of all personality types? Which personality type is the most good looking? Which personality type would you say generally is more good looking than other personality types? Frank once again goes for his own type, ENTP. Ro goes for ESFP. Chronic goes for ESFP. Amar for INFP. Yeah, we are amazing. Yeah, you. ENFP or ENFJ or INTJ. Come on, pick an option. Don't vote for 3. ESFP and ESFJ. INFJ. ESFP. Me. Come on. INFJ. What? INFJs. I can't believe it. INFJ, obviously. ISFJ. INTJ for Frank. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Olivia for ISTP. So that's an interesting choice. ISFP as well. ISFPs are not the ones that come out on top for me, but hey. We're not necessarily talking about physically attractive. For some people, they just can't tell the difference. For some people, mental attractiveness and physical attractiveness is the same. You must be joking. No, maybe it's not. Okay, I'm gonna have a difficulty with this one. I'm gonna do my best to count up these votes. Which personality type is the most sexy in your definition of what sexy is? Sugar says whichever type has the biggest brain. I think ESFPs came out ahead on this, with INFJs becoming suddenly the runner-ups, and lots of votes being spread in different directions. I really think this depends on your personal preferences, but hey, the chat decides. ESFPs are the winner of this category. But hey, let's talk about something that really matters. What personality type is the most likely to survive in a zombie apocalypse? What are we getting here? ENFP, ISTP, ENTP, ISTP, INTJ, ENTJ. ENFJ, ENTP, INFP. Okay, guys, come on. ISTPs are made for this contest. This is what ISTPs have spent their whole life studying for. This is what ISTPs have been training for, since they were born. Surviving in the zombie apocalypse. They are the most likely to read zombie fiction, to study up on zombies, to study up on zombie survival strategies. It's obvious. We got lots of mixed results here, but I think ISTPs came out on top here. Yeah, ISTPs would come out in top here. Congratulations, ISTPs. You are the zombie masters. So, I'm going to tell you a small story. I'm from the cold north of Sweden. I'm from a place called Luleå. And the coldest it's gotten in Luleå is minus 40 degrees Celsius. Minus 40 degrees Celsius. I'm going to check what that is in Fahrenheit for you Americans. Apparently, it's the same thing. Minus 40 degrees Celsius is also minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Hey, that's cool. Who would have thought? Finally, something goes together. So, what happened was once it was really cold, so my door froze shut. I got snowed in. The door froze shut with ice, so I couldn't open it, even if I tried. I just couldn't get the door open. And that's category number 10. Which personality type would chop a door open with an axe if it got frozen shut? Which personality type is the most likely to grab an axe and chop down the door to get it open? Let me know in the comments down below. Frank says, throw boiling water at the lock. That's what smart people would do. ESTJ, ESTP, ESTP, ESTJ, ESTP, 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 ESFJ, ESFP, ESTP, ESFP, ESTP. Okay, yeah, I can see it. I didn't do it, but a friend of mine did. A friend of mine, he got late to school, and the only way he got to school was because he grabbed an axe and he hammered through the door to get out. He was that desperate to get to school. So I would say ESTP would win. He was an ESTP. He would have won this category. But maybe an ESTJ would if they were late for something. So ESTPs are the winners of this category. Chad has decided. ESTP wouldn't care to go to school. No, but they would care to get out of the house. INFP would just use this as an excuse to stay home. Yeah, that's what I did. I just stayed at home. Why would I go to school? I couldn't. The door was frozen. It's a shame. I had to sit home and read all day instead. So next category is which personality type, and this is crazy. I'm following, these weird fantasy groups online. And they're posting their Goodreads lists showing how many books they read this year. It's just October, but some of these people, they have read 200 books already this year. Some of these people, they've read 200 books. I mean, has it even been 200 days yet? They read 200 books. I don't get it. I don't know how. But which personality type is the most likely to read 200 books in 1 year? INTJ, INFP, INFP, ISFJ, INFP, INTJ, INTP, ISTJ, INTJ. I mean, I could see an INTJ do it. I could see an INFJ do it. I could see an INFP do it. I think an ISTJ or ISFJ would be too interested in the real world to spend that much time reading. Susie, good job on reading 200 million books. Reading the last page first to decide if it's read-worthy? What? I'm gonna give this vote to the INFP personality type. Congratulations, INFPs. You read more than anybody else. You spend less time in reality than any other personality type. We're starting to hit the end of the list. It's been a good vote. We're starting to hit the end of the category. If you want to suggest any final categories, let me know in the chat. Do you have anything you've always wondered? Do they read the whole book though? I don't think so. I think they are cheaters. Which type is most likely to have ferrets? That's a category. Any other questions? Type most likely to save the world? Well, we kind of had the president of the world already. Most hated type. I'm not gonna do that one. I'm gonna say no. Which type is most likely to have a YouTube channel about types? Which type is most likely to win the Game of Thrones? Oh, that's a good one. Which type is most likely to have an existential crisis? That's me, every day. Which type is most likely to commit mass murder? I'm gonna cut that one. Most likely to sing karaoke? Oh, any type should sing karaoke. It's fun. Type which makes the best president? Come on, go back in the video. Go back later in the earlier. We already voted on this. That was the INFJ personality type. Kindest type. Best cook. Oh, I like that one. Do I play the guitar? I know some basic chords, but that's it. Hey, Ismail, nice to see you. Type most likely to have a fish as a pet. Oh, I like that one. Okay, I'm gonna start with which personality type would win the Game of Thrones? There is a guitar behind me. It's my girlfriend's though. INTJ, XNTJ, INFJ, INTJ, INTJ, ISFP, INTP or INTJ, INFJ, ISTP. She has been on. There are a few videos with her, but she's very camera shy. ISFJ, ENTJ, INTJ. INTJ. ISTJ. I could see an ISTJ taking home this. I'm not sure. INTJs, they would play a high game and they would probably lose in the very end due to some unexpected event that they could never have possibly predicted that threw their whole plan into shambles. Then I think ISTJs would win. Because their plan actually works in the real world. Chat decides, though, INTJs, they won. Congratulations, INTJs. You're the most likely to survive the Game of Thrones. So who would survive? That's another question. Tywin Lannister, I believe, was either an INTJ or an ENTJ. It's debatable. Okay. That brings us to the end of the stream, and we're going to be crowning a winner. Who won the most categories? We had which type is the most underrated, and ISFJs came out on top. Which type is the most charming? ENFPs came out on top. Which type is the most likely to wear their shirt inside out? INTP. Which type is the most likely to go on a date with Donald Trump? That's ENTJs. Which type is the most authentic? That's INFPs. Which type is the most likely to become president of the world? Once again, ENTJs. Which type would make the best president of the world? That's INFJs. Which type would die the first in a horror movie? That's ISFPs. Which personality type is the most likely to make an ISTJ laugh? That's ENTPs. Which personality type would maintain a handshake the longest? That's INTPs. Which personality type is the most sexy? That's ESFPs. Which personality type would be the most likely to survive the zombie apocalypse? That's ISTPs. Which personality type would chop a door down with an axe if it didn't open? That's ESTPs. Who would read the most books in a year? That's INFPs. Which personality type would win the Game of Thrones? That's INTJ. So that leaves us with a winner. That leaves us with the tie. We have a tie. We have a tie between ENTJs and INFPs. Okay, so that's quite a problem. We need a tiebreaker here. ENTJs versus INFPs. Okay, how do we decide this? Okay. In the next vote, there are only two options, ENTJ or INFP. You're going to have to pick of these two types. Of these two types, which type makes the better cook? Which personality type is the better chef in the kitchen? Which person would win in the kitchen? Which one would make the best lasagna? Okay, what do we get here? INFP, 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 ENTJ, ENTJ. Come on, I don't even know an INFP that can cook. I don't even know an INFP that can cook. INFP would probably lit the whole house on fire. That's what I'm thinking. Exactly, team is. That's exactly what I'm thinking. But if you Google careers, INFP chefs come up. Okay. Best chef ENFJ. I think that's a fair statement, Frank. I think you got that. Okay, the winner of this contest, the winner of the whole Personality Type Awards 2019 is, drum roll, the INFP personality type. Okay, INFPs, you won. You are the best. You are the winners. You are the champions. Um, you rock this contest. Um, nice job. First thing I've ever won. Yay. Happy to hear that, Sophie. Uh, you won on being most authentic, being the most likely to read the most books, and being the best chefs versus the ENTJs. Uh, impressive. Now they can go and be miserable together or alone. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so before I end this stream, I want to make a special announcement. I have been working nonstop from morning to night, from weeks of thinking to develop a new website. Yeah, from Monday on, we're launching a new website with a whole new outlook on personality types and personality psychologies. On Monday, I'll launch a video and I will show you everything that's going to happen. I'm going to create a lighthearted, open community for creative speculation on personality psychology. It's going to be a fun website where you can create your own profile, right? Make your own personality description. And there's going to be a ton of tests. And it's all going to be themed. And it's going to be mainly taking an approach to fictional personality types and fiction TV shows, movies, role-playing games, video games. And the best thing of it all is it's going to have a focus on inspiring people to become more creative. So you're going to be able to create your own stories, submit your own stories, writing about different personality types and archetypes. You're going to be able to write your own personality descriptions. You're going to be able to role play the different characters. And my hope is, with this new community, with this new website, we're going to get a new fun way to gain new perspective into the personality types. While it's fun, while it's mostly to just engage your creative brain cells, while it's mostly just to explore personality types and different fiction, it's also going to teach you something about yourself. I already find myself gaining a ton of new insight while I'm doing this, while I'm working through this. It's like it's giving me a whole new lens to look at personality type. So it's also going to lead to a lot of improvements in my own personal theory, in my own personal work, and to help understand different personality types in a new way. So stay tuned for that. I want to say thanks everybody for joining in on this live stream. Thanks for joining in on the Personality Awards of 2019. Stay tuned for Monday. And of course, join the community. Join the live stream. We have a community. Anybody can join in. Anybody can join the chat. Anybody can be a part of it. It's like a really light-hearted, open forum and chat room that you can use to talk with basically everybody from the community, and you can get news and updates before anyone else. You can get information about videos that they're coming. You can get information about live streams. It's just an awesome place, and it's a really blossoming community. It's changed a lot lately. It's been completely rebuilt. And we have a lot of new members that have joined recently. I think 100 new people have joined in just this week. So it changed a lot. This whole community has changed a lot. Did you know that in the last 28 days, this YouTube channel grew with 25%? We have 25% more viewers here than we had ever before. We had more people in this live stream than we've ever had in a live stream. Something is happening in typology. We are gaining some massive YouTubers. You know, Frank James has become basically massive, one of the first people that can consider going full-time if he wants. We are starting to get some people that are above 100K in the community, people that have really started to emerge. And yeah, my channel is a part of that. So I'm just really happy with that. I'm really happy for everything that's happening in this community, and I think it's very positive. Special shout out to Harry Merle from Cognitive Personality Theory. He was supposed to be on this live stream today, but we had some technical difficulties on my end. So hopefully I'll have to bring him on the next live stream or next video. I can really recommend you visit his channel. I'm going to link it. And without further ado, I'm going to wrap up this live stream. Thanks for joining in, and see you all in the next video.